Great Scott. Great Scott. Great Scott.
Oh, Krypton. Oh, Krypton. Oh, Krypton. Ah, yes. In one of my new Christmas presents, I feel like I should have a mitra, which of course is a papal hat. And I look like some sort of a priest or a, I don't know, cardinal or pope. I feel like maybe I'm one of the high monks on Krypton. And this, of course, would be my objects of holy Kryptonness. What's happening, everybody? Welcome. I'm Great Scott. Thanks for tuning in. Of course, there's a lot of speculation going around about the new trailer for Man of Steel. By new, I mean the one that was released at the beginning of December in 2012. It's almost like it was last year. And of course, the new photos that have recently come out in the last few days. I think the USA Today and a French paper gave us some extended information in the same photo. The one from USA Today was a little smaller, a little more condensed, and the one in the French paper showed a little bit more. In the American version, it appeared that Superman was possibly surrounded by an army of some type. It seems to me that this is the same scene that we saw at the end of the trailer, where the voiceover at the time is saying, "My father didn't think someone was ready for the world was ready for someone like me. What do you think?" And then his cape flaps down, and during that time we see Henry Cavill and Amy Adams as presumably Lois and Superman, staring into each other's eyes, holding each other's hands, wondering what's going to happen next. And of course, the drama builds as we see that there are army trucks, jeeps, tanks, and helicopters, along with many, many soldiers in the kneeling position with their weapons pointed at Amy and Henry Cavill, Lois, and Superman. Looks to me that this is the scene right before an earlier scene where we saw in the trailer Superman being led away down a hallway, apparently military holding area of some kind, being led away by 5 or 6 armed guards in handcuffs. Seems to me, when I look at this scene that they have released in photo form now, is that this is the scene right before Superman is captured, because we all know that if Superman wanted to, he could easily break his cuffs, destroy all his would-be captors, or knock them all down, blow them away with his super breath, burn them to a crisp, destroy them, throw them into space. What makes him Superman, and what makes him different from a lot of other characters, Wolverine, for example, when the mansion is being taken over by soldiers, when they're coming in and grabbing up mutants, Wolverine stabs several of them in the chest in the second movie, if you remember. Meaning that they're dead. I mean, he stabs them in the ribs this way with his claws, which means they're going to go in to any vital organs that are in there. Now, there's an argument to be made that these men are dangerous. He's defending little children. There are child mutants that these soldiers are coming in to take, and of course, as we find out later on, the people that are capturing mutants are very, very evil and discriminatory, and they're racist against mutants. There's a lot of euphemisms going on in the X-Men movies that it's a lot about discrimination and a lot about racism. But the point is that certain heroes, different heroes, choose to go about their way of escape or their way of protection in a much more lethal way. And Superman, being the most powerful of all, could, of course, stop anyone on Earth, any earthly method of capturing him, and could do it in a very violent, dangerous, deadly way, but he always chooses not to. And he, in this particular instance, in my opinion, this is Superman trying to gain the trust of people by saying, look, I can completely understand how my powers could be scary. I completely understand how you're worried about what I might become. And if Zod and his army and his soldiers are already there as well, then of course the United States government and other governments of the world do have something to worry about from these super people that can now fly around and take over the world and carry tanks and destroy jeeps with one, fist. So for Superman to say, listen, I'm on your side, I don't know who these people are, but I'm going to stop them, and to prove it to you, I'll let you take me wherever you want me to. Now, I can't tell you that that's exactly how it's going to go, but that's my guess. I'm still hearing a lot of this movie looks so dark. He looks so emo. Why is he about to attack the army? Why is the army backing him up in a fight? There are a number of things that could be going on here. It is possible that this is after he's released, and that this is Superman about to lead the charge against the Kryptonian army and Zod's people. I don't think that that is the case, but I have heard this theory being brandished about. It is possible. It's also possible that depending on the feel of the movie and what they're going for, that I've heard people say, complain that it looks like Superman's about to attack the army, and that he's going to take them on. I don't think that he's going to do that either, and I certainly hope he isn't. That isn't my impression. My impression is that he's very docile, he's very calm, he's very completely under control, and that he is about to hand himself over to the army. That's what I think, and you can take that to the Kryptonian monk place, wherever they hang out, and, preach about always look up.